Fresh from its hugely impressive haul of 9 Emmy nominations for hit Apple TV Plus show, Slow Horses, powerhouse producer Seesaw Films has unveiled a slate of new literary options also being developed for TV. The British/Australian company, which in recent years has demonstrated its ability to amass acclaim, awards, and audiences on the big screen, The King's Speech, The Power of the Dog, One Life, and Small, alongside Slow Horses, it also produces Netflix hit Heartstopper, has landed the rights to 3 pieces of IP, including one that has already proved a hit on stage. Playwright Benedict Lombe's epic romance Shifters, starring Supasel, lead Tosin Cole and The Power actress Heather Agipong, is currently in the process of transferring to the West End after a sellout run at the Bush Theatre, and with Idris Elba recently joining the play's lineup of producers. But it's now also being adapted by Lombe for TV with Seesaw, with plans to take the story beyond the stage play and into a returning series. It's a very sweeping love story born out of a very specific set of characters, says Helen Gregory, who oversees Seesaw's team of exec producers and was recently upped from creative director to joint MD, alongside Simon Gillis, who was upped from chief operating officer. It follows 2 characters who basically meet as the only black kids in school in their philosophy class and experience that astonishing imprint of first love and tracks them as they grow apart together, allowing us to explore the challenges and joys of intimacy and how we all have the potential to get in our way. Also in development is The Romantic Tragedies of a Teenage Drama King, the debut novel from actor and comedian Harry Trevaldwin, who became an online sensation during the pandemic for his social media videos and has gone on to star in the English remake of Call My Agent, and the upcoming How to Train Your Dragon live-action feature. The book, which is being published by Pan Macmillan in early 2025, follows a young man who decides to reinvent himself and go on a mission to get a boyfriend, regardless of whether he's getting much encouragement from the world around him, says Gregory, who adds that is it very funny. Trevaldwin is himself adapting for the screen, with the hope that, like Shifters, it can become a returning series. And then there's award-winning author Francesca Siegel's recently published Welcome to Glorious Tugga, following a London vet who takes up a fellowship on a tiny, remote island to study an endangered breed of tortoises, and also to solve a mystery in her own life. All 3 titles came to Seesaw following competitive bidding processes, notes Gregory, who claims that the market for IP, whether from established or first-time writers, is incredibly hot at the moment with a lot of buzz and a lot of competition. But for Gregory, who actually arrived at Seesaw to oversee its TV side just as Slow Horses and Heartstopper were about to launch, these new projects, and the fact they came to the company, are the fruits of a model she helped build in response to seeing how founders and joint CEOs Ian Canning in London and Emil Sherman in Sydney had worked together in film, and how its 2 very different hit TV shows had landed with such a clear sense of sure-footed identity. Rather than having a head of development, Gregory says Seesaw deliberately moved away from a system of central control. Instead, across the UK and Australia they have 9 different slates that all fit under the Seesaw umbrella, with each skewed in slightly different directions and led by different exec producers encouraged to follow their passions and seek out creatives and new material. This really allows people to believe in what they're doing and us backing that belief, she says. Since we set it up, we've realized that, if we are really holding the space to empower those EPs to follow their guts and their passions, that is replicating in the relationships they are having with the talent from the outside in. The lead exec producers across the new projects include Moss Barkley and Maria Nicholson for Shifters, Luke Franklin for Welcome to Glorious Tugga, and Patrick Walters for The Romantic Tragedies of a Teenage Drama King. Walters, who exec produced Heartstopper, is working under his recently launched Fanboy label, which is also behind the Sky/Stars black comedy Sweet Pea, based on C.J. Scusa's 2017 novel, with Fallout lead Ella Purnell starring and exec producing. Slow Horses Season 4 is set to land in early September. A 5th season, announced in January, is currently shooting, while the 3rd season of Heartstopper arrives on Netflix in October. The film side may be less noisy for Seesaw following a busy couple of years in which it had 6 features, including One Life, Operation Mincemeat, and The Royal Hotel. However, the company did recently announce it is developing a big-screen return for beloved children's novel, The Never-Ending Story, while it also has Tenzing, the biopic of famed Everest mountaineer Tenzing Norgay, starring Tom Hiddleston and Willem Dafoe. As Gregory notes, Seesaw's successful replication of its work as a prestige tastemaker from film into television has, in just a few years, brought about a seismic shift at the heart of the company. We really do see ourselves as a TV and film company and not as a film company that makes TV, she says. I think that shift has been well and truly made.